for Heroes, benefiting Tunnel to Towers Foundation, September 22nd at Hunting Hawk Golf Club. To secure your foursome, go to WRVA.com.
All right, it's 9:03 this morning on Richmond's Morning News, News Radio WRVA. Thanks for joining us, everybody. So, what's today? August 3rd. What's tomorrow, Dave?
August 4th.
So, what's that mean?
That's Richmond Day.
804.
804 Day.
804 in his house. Does that sound authentic?
Not at all.
What up? It's 804 Day, homies. How was that? Do I just sound old?
Yeah, you sound like an old guy trying to be young.
Great. Now what do I do? How do I celebrate 804 Day? Now I'm just going to feel like I'm completely out of place. What can I possibly do for 804 Day now?
Go to the Squirrels game.
All right, let's talk to Anthony Opperman, general manager of our very own Richmond Flying Squirrels, on how I can redeem myself because I sound like a boomer when it comes to 804 Day. Anthony, good morning.
Rich, I'm not going to help us sound any younger, so I'm sorry I can't contribute there. But I will say I did appreciate the Phil Collins in the air of the night. That's pretty good.
Yeah,
I see what you guys are doing there.
You know,
getting ready for the 804 Day drone show.
But you do have a certain amount of drip when you put on just the perfect fit, and you're all blinged out in your shiny jacket. So you probably have more riz than, like, somebody told me the other day, only old men wear Vans.
Well, then I guess I own it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah, 804 Day. Everybody can be cool by going out to the Richmond Flying Squirrels for 804 Day. So explain to me what 804 Day is, what kind of celebration we'll have out there, and tell me about this drone show.
So this is actually a concept we started several years back when the team wore 804 jerseys on August 4th, 804 Day. And so for this year, having a home game on August the 4th, first one at Carmax Park, we wanted to do this thing up big. And, we've been talking about the concept of doing a drone show for a number of years. And this just felt like the right time, the right place to do it. Flying Squirrels are going to be wearing their River City jerseys, which will be auctioned during the game. Proceeds going to benefit the James River Association. But just kind of leaning in, celebrating Richmond, celebrating 804, Richmond as the River City, the Squirrels. It just, there's been some other clubs throughout minor league baseball that have done these drone show concepts. But, for us, again, it was an opportunity to really make it more than just, a bunch of blinking lights in the sky, to have that connection to, the city region we love. I mean, that's what it's about, and celebrating community. And so we're excited about that, but then also the opportunity to have the 804 Day block party before the game starting at 5 o'clock with a bunch of activities for kids and games. And, DJ Ron Manila will be out there spinning some tunes, creating some vibes, and, just really kind of celebrating, again, 804 Day, but then also the launch of single game playoff tickets. And nobody represents in the playoffs like Richmond. And we're excited to do that again coming up in September.
But candidly, isn't every day 804 Day at Carmax Park? And I say that for a reason, right? So I took my son last week, 2 weeks ago. We went to a game, and again, he goes to school in Arizona. So I took him to the game. And he's like, "Dad, this place is awesome." We're walking around the concourse. He tried to drink as much beer as he could, eat as many hot dogs as he could. I had a bag of peanuts. And he goes, "The food's good. It's easy to get concessions." We went in the team store, and he ended up buying 3 hats, I think. He bought the River City hat with the bridge.
Yep.
And then he bought the red hat, the imagined turn back the clock with the big R.
The throwback,
the throwback hat. And then he bought a traditional Squirrels hat, and he goes, in his head's smaller than mine, so he buys the dad caps, the ones that are unconstructed. He goes, "I can't wait to wear these back when I go back to school." And he goes, "Richmond's got cool gear." And I think we'll probably go back and he wants another couple T-shirts before he goes back to school to wear around. But I mean, of course it's civic pride for people and wearing the Richmond Flying Squirrel. So it's always 804 day.
I mean, we've taken pride in being, Richmond's professional team. And there are a lot of amazing sports entities in Richmond and Central Virginia. And, we've always felt, taking a lot of pride in being emblematic of that. And, there, like, you see a number of teams that do kind of these really random off the wall alternate identities and things along those lines that maybe somewhat connect to the city and the region. But, really it's there for kind of shock factor. For us, it has always been about doubling down on Richmond and, being about Richmond, being representative of Richmond. And, there's a lot of Richmonders that are on our staff now full time that were, in middle school and high school when the Flying Squirrels became a thing. And, now they get to be a part of that story, helping to tell, the city's story, through the Flying Squirrels and this amazing platform that we have. So that's always been kind of the bigger strategy for us is, yes, we could do some things to get some shock value nationally, but really for us, it's about deepening our connection to Richmond and the people here that, live in the region and represent the region.
So I was thinking about you because, again, and full disclosure, people know that I used to work in baseball and now I do this. I went to go see Spider-Man the other day. Great movie. But I was thinking about you because when I actually paid for my tickets and our popcorn, and it was Riggs and I, we got a bucket of popcorn. We got 2 sodas. I didn't even get the extra large. I just got a regular soda. He got some Sour Patch Kids and the tickets. We spent $67 for just the 2 of us, and that's the cheap matinee ticket. But there was a family in front of us. It was 6 people they had sitting in front of us. And I'm like, how much money is that costing them just to go see Spider-Man? Where I would always tell people when I worked in baseball, we are the best value. I'm just thinking about this. That family spent over probably $250 to go to the movies. For the 6 of them, they could have gone to like 3 Richmond Flying Squirrel games.
I mean, that's always something that, we pay a lot of attention to. And this idea of, that perceived value for your game experience and your game ticket. And, we've invested heavily, from the time gates open till the final outs recorded, like in that entertainment experience and what that should be and how to better engage with fans and guests of all ages, but particularly families. And that's an ongoing process, by the way. I mean, we've been participating in a minor league baseball voice of the consumer survey study throughout the course of the season. We've been getting feedback from fans, and that's an area where I think there's still some growth opportunity for us. So, again, it's that idea of what is that entertainment and what is that value that you perceive for coming out and having an experience for 3-4 hours. And and I get it, like sometimes the games go late, and if you have young kids, you may want to leave early. So that's why for us, that 90 minutes that's built in before first pitch is ever thrown is just as valuable as the time in game, because for some families, they may have to come early because they know they're going to have to leave early. So what are we doing still to entertain them? What value are we giving them? The drone show is certainly emblematic of that and representative of that post game. But like, for example, Wednesday, we've got the Natasha bobblehead giveaway. There'll be a bow bar set up for kids to come make custom bows to be like Natasha. And that's all pregame activities. We have live music pregame, DJs, contests, and games. And so that all feeds into this idea of perceived value. And I think we've done an okay job at that so far. But what I'm really excited about is opportunity to get better at that now that we are in Carmax Park and have a better understanding of the lay of the land and the footprint.
We thought we got a value. Absolutely, by going to the game. Real quick, let's talk about 2 things. Playoff tickets. I know you can buy the whole strip, but now we have individual tickets available as well for people that can't make the commitment for the full strip. Give me the details.
Yeah, so at the 804-day block party tomorrow, starting at 5 o'clock, you can get individual game playoff tickets for the first time. They'll go on sale in person at 5 o'clock, and they'll go on sale online at 7 o'clock. The Richmond Flying Squirrels are guaranteed to host a playoff game at Carmax Park. on Thursday, September 17th. That is in the division series, the best of 3 series. If the series needs to go to a third game, Flying Squirrels will be hosting that third game on Friday, September 18th. And if the Squirrels advance to the championship series, that would be on Sunday, September the 20th. I think one of the really cool things is that Sunday game is going to be an afternoon game. Again, thinking about families, thinking about school being in session. Like, we wanted people to be there to experience. You hear all the time, kids can't see the World Series because the game starts so late. So if we have opportunity to host a championship game, we want kids, families to be here to experience that, which is why we intentionally kind of went against the grain to host a day game if we make it to the championship series. But fans now can have an opportunity to purchase those tickets if there's a game that we don't play. That goes as a credit on your account. You're not out of the money. It's just an investment toward 2027. I think it's a win-win. And again, Richmond has had some of the best playoff attendance in the history of the Eastern League. Quite literally, the largest playoff crowd in the history of the Eastern League was at the Diamond in 2022. So we're hoping for similar results and would expect similar results here for our first playoff game at CarMax Park on September the 17th.
Okay, so I'm just going to warn everybody right now. If you don't get your tickets tomorrow, I'm going to be Dr. No, because everybody's going to, hey, Rich, can you hook me up? Can you help me get tickets? No, get them tomorrow because they will sell out. And I don't want you coming around like September 1st, like, oh, dude, I should have got playoff tickets. They're sold out. What do I do now? Well, you go, other than getting in a DeLorean, going to the time machine, going back to 804 day, you messed up. So get your tickets tomorrow. I'm warning you, do not come back around begging for tickets. All those seats will be sold out, and you will be mad at yourself for not taking care of 804. By the way, we have 30 seconds. Give me the details of the drone show. When does it go on? Where can people get tickets?
Yeah, drone show is going to happen tomorrow night after the game. We are monitoring the weather, but again, we'll watch through that, pay attention to that. But as long as it's not pouring down rain with gusty winds, we should be able to fly the drones. So that's post game tomorrow. SquirrelsBaseball.com to get those tickets.
SquirrelsBaseball.com to get those tickets. All right, good luck with the drone show. Happy 804 day to you, and I'll catch up with you later.
Appreciate you, Rich. Working on that jersey for you, my man.
You're the best. Thanks. Anthony Opperman, really good guy, general manager of the Squirrels. Let's see. David's telling me, are you telling me to shut up and talk, Dave? No. Oh, actually, Dave's being nice. We're actually on time with the program this morning. It's 9:15 here on News Radio WRVA. You know, if you watch the show on YouTube, you could catch Dave screaming in my ear, Herrera, hurry up! You're late! Today's program is brought